All right, guys, you always ask for less expensive square bodies because we know everybody doesn't want a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 square body. We normally don't take the time to do videos of them though. So I wanted to on this one because we knew quite a bit about it. We're happy to have it. Tell you a little backstory on it, but 1987 square body, suburban, half ton, 4-inch lift, brand new 35-inch Toyos, 16-inch wheels, 6-lug truck, throttle body, fuel injected, 350 motor. 87 was the first year that motor came back, or came out with fuel injection, I should say, and it was the last year of this front end. It was not last year of the Suburban, but it was the last year of a regular square body pickup. So Suburban, Blazer, and 1-ton stayed this way. So let's jump in this one, go for a ride. Come along, Christian. Let me show you what this one's all about. Hop, skip, and a jump. Power locks actually work. So when I say we know a little bit of history with this truck, this actually came from a local fella that was working on kind of redoing it, had some serious plans for it, and I guess I bought it probably about a year ago from him, and he was in the process of ordering parts, getting pieces. He had the grand venture of what he wanted to look at. In case we don't get to the outside view of this truck, it does have a little rust, mainly on the driver's side, but you know, it's not perfect, of course. Well, this truck is more affordable than usual. Somebody has done a dash pad replacement, and it's not all buckled, it's not in bad shape. The top surfaces of the paint are faded. You can hear it's got a little bit of wind noise, like most any of them do. And the back third seat is a vinyl replacement seat. But the good news with it is it runs and drives great. The fuel gauge works because it has a brand new fuel tank, a brand new sending unit and pump, so that works. Voltage gauge works, oil pressure gauge works, temperature gauge works, speedometer works. The little shifter prindle, the little orange piece that goes across, has broken, so unfortunately. It does have a new steering stem here for the, everybody calls it something different, but basically that's where your cruise control is and your signal lights. Those are pretty famous for going bad. Sometimes you'll start the truck, the windshield wipers wipe, and that's why. Console's not all broken up. Actually has your visors. The headliner's not a big drooping piece of doo-doo. The seats are in good shape. Like I said, the vinyl seat in the back's a little unusual because it should have been cloth from the factory, but a good run-in, drive-in, shift-in truck. Does everything it's supposed to do. This truck's $19,995, so it is definitely one of the more affordable, very solid. Use it just like it is. That's why I want to do this video. There's nothing keeping somebody from using it the way it is. Leads me to, well, you say we bought it a year ago. Why haven't you sold it? We did sell it. We sold it as soon as we got it. When I got it a year ago, my plan was to put it through the paint shop, do the interior up a little nicer, which it doesn't need much. You could dye this carpet a little bit, upholster the back seat to match. You could do little things, but obviously the more we do, the more the price has to grow. Had a customer, one of our very good long-term customers, come along, and he said, hey Jay, but that Suburban's exactly what I want. I love it the way it is. I think I want to take it to Daniel and do a 1-ton swap, a bigger lift, the Bogger setup that you guys do all the time, basically the Davis 1.0 package, everybody seems to call it. 8-inch kit, 35, super wide wheels. He's got a beach house, so he's going to leave it down at the beach house. That was his game plan. So he purchased it right away. Took it home, parked it, made an appointment with Daniel, started sourcing some axles, and his business, which he's in the construction, groundwork business, stuff like that, has been busy. He hasn't had time to mess with it. I don't even think he took it down to the beach. Again, this has been about a year he's owned it, and it looks like he's put exactly 200 or 300 miles on it, according to the last oil change, which we did. So he called me up. He said, JW, the Suburban is still exactly the way it was. I did nothing with it. He ordered a couple things. So one of them obviously was the little stem here. We'd already fixed the power windows. We'd already fixed the power locks. We'd already done that stuff ahead of time. As with always, stuff was broken. So we'd already done that prior to him getting it the first time. And he said, Jeb, I'd like to do some swapping and trading. You got a couple things I'm interested in. Would you be interested? Anyway, he never ended up getting his axles together, so he never ended up hitting the appointment with Daniel. So no, it's not 8-inch lift. No, it's not 1 ton. All the things he was going to do. We are solid axling a 70. That's going to be a cool project. We'll try to bring you guys some content on that. He's got a 70 2-wheel drive, short bed, classic truck that he wants us to solid axle and 4-wheel drive convert, which we are going to do for him with some of the stuff he found, which will be cool. But nothing wrong with this truck. Still got the original radio,
Get Black Friday tool deals delivered,
which does work. Static when you start it up as usual. A little bit of paperwork in there. Oh, that's the inspection sheet from when we had it the first time. And that's his tags and registration stuff. Probably should give that back to him. But anyway, it's back in here. The keys work, the doors, the windows work, the locks work. All the nuisance items are good. It's really a good, solid truck. We'll do a little quick walk around. It is 350 TBI, throttle body injected. And again, the top surfaces of the paint are faded. I don't think that's original paint. I guess it could be, but it's fully intact under the hood. Got the jack on the fender well still, the sticker where it's supposed to be. Still got the tube hooked up on the air filter. This was a very non-modified truck. That's the other thing I just remembered by seeing this. This does have a replacement engine. Previous customer replaced the motor, and I don't think he ever got us documentation on it. I believe we talked about it. He never got it to us, but there is a sticker that we found on the motor, and maybe even got a transmission too, but I know the motor has been replaced in this. And I can go back to the old video that we posted about it. Little rust on this side around the fender well. The rockers seem very solid. Fenders seem very solid. All the lights work. Signals, high beams, low beams. It has the proper steering correction for a 4-inch kit. It engages in 4x4 like it's supposed to. Faded paint. A little bit of rust bubbling. Brand new fuel tank. The windows could use tinting. It is a rear heat and AC truck. Matter of fact, I think Brian and Daniel needed one of these to mock up some stuff for the new step kit that we already had a step kit, but we've already gone to step kit 2.0, I guess you'd say. That's a little bit easier for a customer to install. So we did truly reinvent the wheel, I guess you'd say, in doing that setup. So I think they needed one with rear AC because why, you say? On the frame, there's a bunch of lines that run in the back for the heat, which are actually heater lines, radiator cooler lines, and then also air conditioning lines running to the back. So there's 4 extra lines under a Suburban with rear heat and AC. So a couple extra things to deal with that could be in the way of the step kit. Other than that, the rear window works properly. All the windows work currently. Locks work currently. Truck runs and drives properly. That was basically a cold drive. I had pulled it from the car lot over there to the new building for us to jump in it. But that's a pretty good, thorough walk around of a under $20,000 turnkey lifted Suburban. Can we do the things he wanted to do with it? Absolutely. When he scheduled it, Daniel was probably about 60 days out in the shop. He was going to source his own parts. We have those parts. If you want to buy something from us and put it on a 8-inch kit, 10-inch kit, 12-inch kit, 39s, 40s, Dana 60 axles, yes we have. 14 bolts, yes we have. Disc brake conversion them, crossover steering, crossover, put the track bar system on it, whatever you like. But this is a practical setup. The 4-inch kit 35 size is always a big hit because practical. Tires aren't sticking out. Should be pretty much 50 state legal as far as your height laws go. But as we always say with any truck, check your local laws, check your local inspection regulations, yada, yada, yada. Older trucks don't qualify for some of that because they're classics. You don't have to inspect them, but this one will get a brand new inspection. It will get another service if it's due for it, which we know it's not due to miles, might be due to time. And this truck's gonna be ready to go. And like I said, a $20,000 or just under, beautiful, nice Suburban square body truck. So there you are, guys. We do have them for less. It's not gushing and leaking fluids everywhere. Does it have a drip under it? Maybe. We can take a peek, but I think this one's pretty dry. Yeah, it is pretty dry. I think I remember that from last time we did a video. Transfer case isn't puking, transmission's not, motor's tight, motor's been replaced, so the seals are much newer. So for an older square body truck, not too bad. So check that one out. It is already up on the website. We will get some more current pictures after it's detailed, going to service as we speak. So officially up for grabs probably tomorrow. 1987 Chevrolet Suburban, C10, K10, well, K10 Suburban, 1987. Well, here we go for the guys that really know. It actually may be considered the V Series, but 87 was really a confusing crossover year that really messed up things for most people's heads because the OBS came out in 88, but not in the Suburban, not in the Blazer, not in the crew cab trucks. So thanks, guys.